means water for everybody.
Mhm.
Drink, weather, and not water. Just little stuff like that. So I ran up to the store, got him some water before I came in.
Mhm.
We'll call the meeting to order. We have the invocation by Commissioner Max.
Everybody bow your heads. Dear God, thank you for bringing us together today. Please help us listen to one another with respect and an open mind. Give us the wisdom to make good choices and the strength to work well as a team. Guide our words and our actions so that we may do good work. Amen.
Amen. So pertaining to the minutes, what we first thing we want to do is we need to approve July minutes, right?
June.
June.
June 9th. We didn't have a quorum and we didn't notice it at the meeting last night.
Okay, so is there a motion to approve the June minutes?
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Commissioner Thorne?
Aye.
Commissioner Jordan?
Aye.
Commissioner Arn?
Aye.
Commissioner Mack?
Aye.
Commissioner Mashaw?
Aye.
Commissioner Skinner?
Aye.
All right, now, has everyone had a chance to review the July minutes? Is there a motion to approve the minutes?
Make a motion to approve the minutes.
Is that second?
Commissioner Thorne?
Aye.
Commissioner Jordan?
Aye.
Commissioner Arn?
Aye.
Commissioner Mack?
Aye.
Commissioner Mashaw?
Aye.
Commissioner Skinner?
Aye.
All right, the first item is PL 1984, 698 Old Highway 6 C4 Amendment. The request to revise the planned text of the existing C4 zoning to allow a cannabis dispensary. The subject property is located at 698 Old Highway 51 on the east side of Old Highway 51, south of Motor Scooter Drive. Blaine Britton representing the owner. Ms. Dugan, will you present the planning staff report?
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's coming. Points to comments.
This is PL 1984. It's for a C4 amendment, rezoning amendment for 698 Old Highway 51. Mr. Blaine Britton is representing the owner. He's requesting to make an amendment to the use list for the C4 zoning district to add the cannabis dispensary. In the rezoning, there are 3 different questions that are asked. One being how the proposed amendment would conform to the general development plan, why the existing zoning district classification of the property in question is inappropriate or improper, that major economic, physical, or social changes, if any, have occurred in the vicinity of the property in question that were not anticipated by the general development plan and have substantially altered the basic character of the area, which make the proposed amendment to the zoning district appropriate. Those 3 questions were answered by the applicant, and those are in your staff report. The previous zoning staff report and use list is also located there in the report. There are motions to approve, deny, and table, and whatever decision is made by tonight's planning commission will be heard by the Board of Aldermen on the 18th of August. Mr. Blaine Britton is present to represent the owner, and I believe the property owner is also present. Commission have any questions?
It's currently M1.
It's currently C4, They're just amending the use list. They're requesting to amend the use list.
Okay.
If you look at page 3 of the staff report, I'm sorry, page 5 of the staff report, there is the use list that was approved previously, and then you'll see in red, the medical cannabis dispensary is added. That is the only change that they're wanting to make to that C4 zoning.
So the request is to add medical cannabis dispensaries to the C4 zoning of that?
Yes, to
Okay,
the
just so I'm
the
clear.
permitted use list.
Got it.
Do you know when this use list was approved?
I can tell you.
Looks like 1998
Yes,
was when the rezone was done from M1 to
that's when the
C4.
original C4 was done.
You know, we get that
But
all the
C-
time on like C4 or something where we strike uses or, you know, whatever when it's getting rezoned.
But didn't we just look at commercial all across the board, the ordinances on the list? Didn't we just recently do that? Not rezoning, just what's the acceptable list?
We looked at adding and taking away some things.
Right.
you know,
That's what
And
I-
I think
yeah.
that this was one of the
dispensary
things that
being
came
one of
up.
them, yes.
Cannabis dispensary was.
Okay.
We have,
As a conditional use, is that right?
I think that's-
Yeah.
And we moved it to M1, I thought. I don't know.
I don't know if it,
Doesn't
No,
matter.
it wasn't moved to M1, but it was moved in the standard zoning districts to conditional use. But C4s are, they're kind of made by the applicant, and then the commission approves the list. So it kind of mixes the uses.
And changing the terminology tonight would negate their need for a conditional use, correct? Permit, like they
Yes.
won't have to come back.
Yes, that's correct.
Any other question, Ms. Dugan? Will the applicant please come forward and state your name and address in its entirety?
Bobby Britton, you get the address of the proposed location, or my physical address?
Now say
or
again.
your office address or whatever.
Gotcha. It's 1510 Simpson Highway 149, Mendenhall, Mississippi 39114.
Anything you'd like to?
Oh, yeah, so actually I have I'm the owner, I have my vice president, Amy, here to basically just give you the rundown of why we selected that location, and just the bullet points of those questions. So she has a presentation prepared for you guys, so.
Good evening. Thank you for
Name and
allowing
address.
us to speak, the opportunity
Name
to
and
speak.
address.
My apologies. Amy Silcio, 1041 Holly Springs, Hernando, Mississippi. Bear with me. I'm used to speaking to employees about compliance, not the city, but we'll get through it. I'm actually going to kind of skip ahead through this so that we can keep it brief. And if you have any questions at the end, we're more than happy to answer them. Many of you may already be familiar with DABS. We opened our South Hernando location in January of this year. We are already operating here in Hernando and are proud to be a part of this community. Tonight, we're asking for a very limited amendment to the planned commercial development at 698 Old Highway 51. We're asking to add medical cannabis dispensaries as one permitted use. We're not asking to rezone the property. We're not asking to change the commercial character of the development or its existing development standards. We're simply asking to update the permitted use list that was written in 1998, more than 2 decades before the medical cannabis legally existed in Mississippi. Excuse me, I didn't bring my water up here. So the application asked us 3 important questions, and I think they also provide a simple way to look at this request. The first one, does the amendment conform to the general plan, development plan? We believe it does. The property is already planned for commercial activity, and the proposed use complements other healthcare and retail uses already permitted there. I want to give the example of pharmacies and medical offices. We are governed under the Mississippi State Department of Health. We also are getting ready to be governed under the DEA. And DABS is very happy to say that we have completed all 26 of our DEA applications and have also completed all of our audits with the DEA. So just given these 2 compliance agencies, we believe we are considered a healthcare business. The second, why is the existing project text inappropriate? I want to be clear here, the zoning itself isn't inappropriate. The issue is simply the age of the permitted use list. It was adopted in 1998, as we've said, and this program did not exist. There would have been no reason for the original developers or the city to include a use that wasn't legal or contemplated at the time. And the third, what has changed? Quite a bit. Mississippi enacted the Medical Cannabis Act. The state established a comprehensive regulatory program. Qualified patients can now participate after meeting state requirements and receiving a medical certification and approval. At the same time, Hernando and DeSoto County have continued to grow. So this is really about allowing an existing commercial development to evolve alongside Mississippi law and today's healthcare environment. I just want to talk about a little bit about our community commitment. Community involvement is also important to our company. We believe that if we're fortunate enough to operate in a community, that the community should also benefit from our presence. We've only been operating in Hernando since January, but our local team has already donated needed supplies to the Hernando Animal Shelter. Across DABS, we contribute more than $31,000 annually through community outreach and charitable giving, including animal shelters, first responders, children, cancer initiatives, blood drives, community cleanups, and other local organizations. For us, Hernando is not just another place to open a store. I want to briefly address security because I know that's an important consideration anytime medical cannabis is discussed. All of our locations operate with 24 surveillance, high-definition cameras, patient verification, state inventory controls, restricted product access, and employee background checks. Internally, we also operate under company-wide standard operating procedures, most of which I've written myself, an operations manual, employee training requirements. We have 4 directors who monthly audit all of our stores for compliance. We also have an executive team of oversight. There's accountability all the way from the individual store to our executive leadership. Approval also means continued private investment in Hernando. It creates employment opportunities, provides additional healthcare access for qualified patients, puts commercially designed property to productive use, and gives another opportunity to support organizations within this community. But I think the most important point is none of those benefits require changing the underlying character of this development. The property remains commercial, the zoning remains the same, the development standards remain the same. We're simply asking that one additional permitted use be recognized. This property has been designated commercial development since 1998. What has changed since then isn't the purpose of the property. Mississippi healthcare law has changed. We're asking you to allow the permitted use list to change with it. This is not rezoning. It doesn't change the commercial character of the property, and it also protects the surrounding community. It simply recognizes a state-regulated healthcare use that didn't exist when the original project text was written. And unlike a new operator coming into Hernando for the first time, DABS is already here. We've been serving this community since January, and we're investing here. And we intend to be a part of this community as a responsible partner. For those reasons, we respectfully ask for your approval of the amendment. Thank you, and we're happy to answer any questions.
So when you say you're already operating in Hernando, where is that?
We are currently at 1041 Holly Springs Road in the south part of the city.
That's the intersection of McInville and Holly Springs, I think.
Yes, sir, that's correct.
Right by the
Those
roundabout.
suites at the service station there. It's by that roundabout at Mackinville and Holly Springs.
Yes, sir.
So will y'all be closing that location? And-
No, sir.
So you're just looking to open a second
Yes, sir.
location?
Your demand is that much that you need a second location?
Actually, yes, sir. We've been pleasantly, not surprised, but, we've been really happy with the amount of patients we've been able to serve at this location. We've had a lot of requests from our patients to have a location in the north part of the city.
So I'm sure that's a lot larger property than what you're currently in right now.
It's 4 acres, so if we get approved, I mean, we could develop that as well to something pretty.
I guess y'all be using the existing building that's there.
That's correct. And there's none in Nesbit, and there's none in the south of Horn Lake. And so really, but Nesbit has nothing. That North Hernando area they have to come, south. So there's none in Nesbit.
How far off the road is the existing building, do you know?
Shoot, it is a white, I mean, you can see it off
You
the
can't-
interstate, so you can't see it. I mean, we're gonna clear a lot of that. We plan to really clear that and have a really attractive driveway, but you're not even gonna be able to really know. I mean, you won't be able to see the building from the road, I don't think, unless you clean it out, really well.
I gotcha.
It's a long driveway.
I asked because there's an act in place in Mississippi as of 2022 that states the main entrance of a dispensary can't be within 1,000 feet of a school, church, or
That's
daycare
correct.
facility.
That's correct.
Property to property, First Baptist Nesbit is about 750 feet.
Have you seen the survey you submitted?
I have not. I just know property to property.
It is
That's what it
It's
is.
from the front door, and I believe it's on the other side. It goes, it measures, and it's around, I can pull up the survey and show you guys, but it was, I want to say around 1,500 feet, so it was 500 over the allocated distance, and it measures from our front door to their property boundary line with a structure. If they don't have a structure on it, it does not count. So for instance, they have 2 parcels. One parcel has a church on it, and they have a parcel with just a parking lot. You can't count the parking lot. The church has got to be on that exact parcel, so it is actually clear. And I submitted the survey with the application. I have it on my phone if y'all wanted to see it as well.
I just felt it was worth mentioning because
Absolutely.
First Baptist Nesbit does operate as both a church and a child care facility. And I actually reached out to a member of staff at First Baptist Nesbit, and children are actually on that campus 6 days a week.
Yes, ma'am.
So I think that should be taken into consideration, given the language used in the Mississippi Cannabis Act.
Absolutely. You couldn't even see it from the, you couldn't see First Baptist Church from
Right,
anywhere on the
right.
property. And so,
I will say, Hernando, the city ordinances for Hernando are pretty stringent as far as what is allowed on the windows. We've been very happy to comply with that. The only thing that says cannabis is our sign. The windows only have our logo on them. So we're happy to comply to whatever ordinance the city deems necessary, and definitely respect those ordinances.
Right. So speaking of signage, that property also backs up to 55. Is there a plan to put signage like facing 55 to advertise that way?
where basically they have a signage now. We're basically just going to, under your guys' ordinance, just be able to put the maximum amount allowed. You guys go off linear foot, but we would like to use the existing structure there.
Okay.
As far as the signage on the buildings, we would propose a wall sign, unless y'all wanted something else. I mean,
Gotcha.
we're very open to that.
Who sets the prices? Do you set the prices, or does the state set the prices?
We settle.
Okay. I was just curious, because, if there was another, you have 2 of them, but if there was someone else, it may, more competition, better prices, I
Right.
guess, but if y'all are,
We've actually done studies on price. Price does not really matter as much. There are some price conscious people, but at the end of the day, this plant is going to affect you differently. It's going to affect everybody different because your body, there's only 3 things in the world that produce natural cannabinoids. That's your body, so humans, most animals, and then that plant produces phytocannabinoids. And so what it's doing is whenever you're ingesting that cannabinoid, whether you're smoking it or ingesting it, it's interacting with your endocannabinoid system. And that's why you have those different effects, whether it's a mental relief, whether it's a body relief. That's one of the only things that interacts with your endocannabinoid system to give you that relief. And so you mentioned kids. I mean, in 10 years, kids are probably going to be using this for certain symptoms. I mean, to be completely honest, and as long as they're dosing it right and they're coming to dabs, because we're selling specific things to treat certain symptoms. And you got to dose it properly. You got to look at all the cannabinoids and terpenes. These really has a lot to play with it. For instance, a topical, or not a topical, but an edible can really affect you differently. Like if I take in a chocolate versus a drink versus a syringe, not when you inject in, but just a syringe that you put into your mouth, that's going to all be different effects. So it's going to affect your endocannabinoid system totally different, and so that's why everybody has a little bit of trial and error to do so.
And it's, I mean, in order, not just anybody can come to you, they have to have a medical card.
Correct, and now it was topicals, DEA came in, and then Mississippi was the first state. And so basically, they're not even allowing us to sell topicals anymore. And topicals don't even give you any psychoactive effects. The only topical that'll give you a psychoactive effect is a patch, because it breaks your bloodstream and gets into your bloodstream, so it's the only one.
I'll also add that DABS is able to provide the variety and a different quality as far as a different range of products, that they're all, grown in Mississippi and made in Mississippi. But because of our business model, we are able to provide patients with a greater variety according to what their needs may be. And that goes a long way with our patients. We have patients that come right now all the way from Oxford just to come to DABS because they know we're going to have their product that they need for their medicine. Also, to answer your question, we educate and preach microdosing. When you walk into any DABS, we wholeheartedly believe in education, and we want to make sure that our patients are getting the facts instead of what they're learning on the streets. And it also takes the illegal cannabis off of the streets, and has, studies have shown that crime associated with cannabis has actually gone down since people are now getting educated. You don't have the overdoses from fentanyl, anything that, that may be accompanying this product. So overall, it brings order to the city. We're a very transparent company, and we believe in compliance and making sure that our policies align with the state. Just a couple weeks ago, we had a patient that walked into our Hernando store. Our general manager was there, and although it was funny and we found it humorous, the patient had, his patient card had a picture of a horse on there. And the patient, we thought it was a joke. The patient pulled up his Mississippi Department of Health portal, and it indeed was a legit medical card. However, the state of Mississippi requires that the person in front of us match the person on that medical card, and they also have to match a valid ID. The person on that medical card was a horse. It wasn't the person in front of us. So we turned him down, and we also reported it to the state the next day. We believe in making sure that our patients understand the laws, and we believe that if we don't do our part, we are just as responsible if something goes wrong. So we truly try to be a member of the community and work within the community for our patients and your citizens.
How many locations do you have in DeSoto County? Is there one Olive Branch?
So in DeSoto County, yes, sir, we currently have one at 11201 Old Goodman Road. In Olive Branch, it's going to be about 45 minutes, maybe 30 minutes from here
There's only two
So
now.
one in OB and one in Hernando. Yes, sir.
Okay.
for DeSoto County.
But then statewide, you have, how many?
Almost 27. We'll be opening in Oxford 2 weeks.
That's right.
I appreciate your passion and your education. Thank you. I learned more in the last 10 minutes than I knew before I was here. And again, our job here is not to question your ability to run a successful business, legally or otherwise. It's not in question. What's in question from a planning commission, is this the right location for another dispensary in Nesbitt, Hernando, or whatever? I'm not convinced this is the right next location. It's a rather large lot for a small dispensary. And from a planning perspective, we're thinking future too. Is there something other larger or something other that would fit appropriately on that type of piece of property in that location? I'm just not convinced yet that this is the right location for your next operation?
We were thinking dispensary and storage. It looks like it's already approved for storage, but we would do that after the fact. We know 4 acres is way too much for one building, but agreed.
I'll also add to, the property, as it's zoned right now, is zoned for retail, and it is zoned for healthcare. So I think it's important to recognize that. Dispensaries are part of the Mississippi healthcare system.
Not in question, not at all in question. You totally have, but as a body, we're planning the future of Hernando. So those are the things I'm considering, right? Is this the right location for your next location, or is it up the road a few hundred yards, or is it back towards the intersection? It's just, that's where I'm at right now. I'm not saying I'm not sold yet.
Is it just the acreage?
I don't know. Yeah, keep talking. We'll see how far I get.
Will there be any medical professionals on site?
As far as like for
Medical
cards
professionals?
and stuff?
Medical professionals, doctors, nurses?
Those are usually separated. You have to have a separate entrance for the practitioner and doctor. You can have like an educational event, but I can't have my doctor or practitioner doing cards inside my dispensary.
Where do I get the card?
makes sense.
Where do I get, if I'm going to come to you as a customer, I've got to get officially certified in order to bring that card to you, right? Where does that happen
You
at?
actually have one prominent practitioner here in Hernando. Her name is Dr. Christy Peggins, and she's at Green Medical on the same side of town that our current location is located. But there is a list on the Mississippi State Department of Health website as far as practitioners and where they're located.
So the process is I would go see my physician first. They would either agree or disagree with my condition that I would need cannabis as a
Medical.
treatment.
So there
And then I would go to a
list.
dispensary to get. Now, I'm just trying to think through the process. I'm going to be out of my league here, but when I come to your dispensary at this location, then you were talking about a minute ago that you have product that somebody else might not have. Did I understand that right?
Yes, sir.
So if it's medical, wouldn't it be like a pharmacy? If I go to the pharmacy, they typically have everything I need. It just depends on what my doctor prescribes, right?
We're able, because of, like I said, because of our business model, we are able to carry much more inventory than other dispensaries can afford to carry at one given time. So we have a different array, a much more vast array of products, from patches to liquid tinctures, obviously gummies. We even have barbecue sauce, salad dressings, things like that.
And you have two
Yeah.
locations in DeSoto County right now?
Currently, we just have one in Olive Branch, well, sorry, two, our Hernando location and our Olive Branch location.
Two.
There's 5,000 patients too, so.
How many other dispensaries are in DeSoto County, do you know?
Really, a total of 3 in Hernando.
There's 3 more that are not located as far north.
This will be number 4 because you're going to keep the other one open.
Yes, sir.
Why is the inventory, is there not inventory space that's sufficient?
No, sir, the way the industry works, a lot of the vendors ask for cash on delivery. People have to pay for their product before they receive it. And because of, like I said, our business model, we are able to, and the way our company has grown over the last 3 years, we are now able to carry a vast, selection in our store. Some of our locations, depending upon the volume they see.
But not in store number, in your current store?
I'm sorry?
But not in your current store? That's what, I
As
feel like
far
we're getting
as-
off topic a little bit. Why can't your current store service this area? Why is that not sufficient?
So public access is a big,
One exit north. We're going one exit north.
It's about 10 miles,
yes, sir.
10 miles difference.
From exit to exit?
From like driving, like if you have to drive it, it's 10
Nesbit,
miles.
from this exit to
From
Nesbit?
Holly Springs to, if you did it in Google Maps, 1041 Holly Springs Road to there, it's 10 miles. Might be a little more.
I'd say it's probably closer to 5, but it is a distance, and it is.
Not a straight shot. I was talking
No,
about
it's
like
not,
that,
yeah.
like driving it.
Are you,
Depending on what time of day it is.
are you concerned about security? Because you mentioned security, about the measures you take, and that is, to me, it looks like it may be like a secluded area and that has close access to the highway. So you're in, no one sees you, and then you're on the highway and you're gone.
Yes, sir. We don't have any blind spots where we're not able to see. I'm not even sure what.
It's pretty hardcore. If it detects you outside and it's armed, it's gonna say, hey, you with the polo, the red polo and the black collar, I'm calling the cops. So we got AI cameras.
Is it gonna be gated or anything?
Sir?
Is the property gonna be gated or anything?
It's not
For like-
going to be, I
for
mean, we
like
could
when you're-
gate it. I mean,
for
we
like
could
when
get-
you're closed to be gated off?
Absolutely, you could. You're not required to by the state of Mississippi, but absolutely, we could do that.
Have you guys had security issues at your other locations, as far as break-ins, after hours, anything like that?
What data do you have, or demographic data do you have that would support a second location 4.6 miles from your current location?
So there are currently 4,000, maybe even more by now. 4,000 according to the Mississippi State Department of Health.
4,000 what?
There are 4,000 certified patients in DeSoto County. Our Olive Branch location alone, and that's just Olive Branch, sees over 1,000 patients that are physically located in Olive Branch. So we're looking at our Hernando location, which has grown exponentially faster than our Olive Branch location has grown. We're already starting to see the volumes in Hernando that we didn't see for 6 months in Olive Branch. So in an effort to prepare for a greater need, because this program only keeps growing, to prepare for a greater need for public health care, that's why we're looking to expand.
Do you have those numbers for Hernando? Like, you have them for Olive Branch, do you have them for your Hernando location? How many?
I don't have them on me, but I actually might.
Just like in an average month?
Yes, ma'am. I actually made just a little informational packet for everyone. Those details. I want to say it was around 800 the last time I looked, as far as patients that go to our Hernando store that live in Hernando. And, we also see a good bit from Olive Branch that come to Hernando, whether it's for events. I come here to eat. Y'all have the best restaurants. And they're local restaurants, so I like that. Parish is one of my favorites. So, there's a lot of people who are coming to Hernando and moving to Hernando, from Olive Branch alone. I see patients all the time that, go to both locations. So we're just looking to provide that access, a little more convenience.
I understand. Like I say, me personally, I know medical, plays a huge factor. It is legal now. It wasn't legal back in 1998. And it's, in my opinion, it's our job to decide whether it meets the requirements to amend the current zoning by the 3 criteria. It's not my job to try to tell you if your business is going to make it or not. Yeah, he's going to.
Oh, you get a chance.
Everybody have the opportunity.
Any other questions for the applicant?
I just think it's akin to, it's similar to a pharmacy. You go to the doctor, you get your prescriptions filled, that sort of thing. And, we've got, obviously, pharmacies in Hernando at that same exit, at that same area, but Walgreens didn't think there was enough of a demand or a need to put one at the next exit up 5 miles, which is 5 miles away, by the way, not 10. That there's not enough demand for, and we all know Walgreens would have been hammering one in if they saw the demand there. That's why I'm just surprised we need a 4th dispensary I have no issue with what you're doing, but I just don't know why we need a fourth one at the northern entrance to Hernando, kind of a gateway to our city. First thing you see as you're coming off the interstate.
I can certainly understand your point and definitely, can appreciate, and acknowledge what you're saying. But I just want to put a reminder out there, as Commissioner Max was saying, it is, a point of looking at the 3 questions and determining if we've answered those 3 questions sufficiently.
I agree with you in that, but I also think we need to consider nothing really has changed in the vicinity of the property. You're saying that there have been changes in Mississippi healthcare, and I agree with you there, but the question specifically asks about the vicinity of the property, and it hasn't changed. The terminology used in the act specifically talks about the churches and the daycares, and there's one, I know technically, but that church has been there and been running for a very long time, and kids are on campus 6 days a week. That hasn't changed. That's not new. Therefore, yeah, if we look at those questions, I don't think the current zoning is inappropriate.
And I would just remind you as well, respectfully, we are sticklers about being compliant with all Mississippi state laws as well as local ordinances. We respect them and make sure that everyone follows to a T how they are presented. And so, I definitely respect and understand, your concern about the school. And I just, as a reminder, we are in compliance with actually an extra 500 feet from the school. And we are more than happy to comply with any specifics that the city has as far as the ordinances as we've shown in the past.
Any other questions for the applicant? Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone in support or against this item, please come forward and state your name and address in its entirety.
I'm actually the real estate agent.
Name and address,
Melanie Henderson. I live in Nesbit. I live
address.
At 2924 Black Rock Road. And I am their real estate agent, but I will say that in working with them, I've noticed that a lot of different things in how they work. One thing is, I don't know if they told you, but the main group of customers for them are people who are middle-aged and have problems. I think that this would be a great location because you are close to a lot of 50,000 plus residential areas right there. There's one right down the road, down 51. So I think that would give those people easy access to them. I know that if you wanted them to put a gate up, they would be more than happy to do that. And they are very strict about what they do and how they do their business. They're very professional. They're always willing to comply to whatever you're looking for them to do. And I think that you can look at how they have worked in their other Hernando business to see that. They've been very quick to do anything and everything that they've been asked to do. I hope that helps. Anybody want to ask me anything?
Definitely sounds like they're doing it the right way, and I mean, their business they've got now is done the right way, and I'm glad to hear that. Thank you.
Absolutely.
I wish more, I work in law enforcement, I'm not in law enforcement directly, but I work in the court system, and I wish more people utilized it the legal way than what I see.
Absolutely. And you also asked about what they were going to do with the rest of their land. I think that they would be probably open to, speaking on your behalf, they would like to do some storage, but I think if you had other suggestions, they might be open to that as well.
Good looking storage.
I doubt you're gonna win any friends with that.
We have actually talked about maybe putting like a small strip mall there, or offering it to other retail stores that might be interested. And with it being at the exit, there should be some interest from other retail stores. I know that Walgreens didn't go there, but they're just one more exit up off 55. So they wanted to have one like.
Is this contingent on buying that property, or do you already own the property?
I'm sorry, what?
Is this contingent on purchasing the property?
It is, yes, sir.
Just for clarification, since we've said storage a bunch of times, would they, even though it's written here, since we've gone back and kind of edited the allowable uses, would they need to come get a conditional use permit for a storage unit?
No,
Okay,
the C4 allows it as a permitted use,
okay.
but they would.
Well,
be
but they'd have to
required do
plat the
all of
property and divide
Right.
it up and do all that too.
Yes.
Like I said, we have talked about some other things, though. If that made a difference here tonight, I think they would be open to it.
What if you put a water park there?
Anyone else in support against this item?
Commissioner, I wanted to add, there was a letter that was set at your desk that we received in the office today.
And that was from an attorney I know in Memphis that he contacted me directly and then sent
Is it
out.
a Hernando resident or?
He's not a, he advised me that he represents several concerned citizens in Hernando. He did not disclose their names.
I just saw the address, I didn't know.
It could be their competition for all I know. I don't know.
Has everyone had an opportunity to read this email that we,
Yeah, I read the email.
Yeah, the address confused. I was wondering about the address too. Why someone from Memphis would care.
All right.
He reached out to me. He represents, he just told me concerned citizens. I asked him to identify, but he refused, so.
And I will say it's not in writing because it was a phone call, but the member of staff I spoke to at First Baptist Nesbit was also a concerned citizen regarding this.
any other questions from the commissioners? Is there a motion to approve, deny, or table this item?
Now, let me just add one thing, just an observation. The questions that they have to answer really are geared toward a zoning change. And although this is a permitted use to a C4, the questions are more about why the existing zoning district classification of the property is in question. That's really not in question, you know. It's almost like this, really, the process doesn't apply very well. The major economic, physical, or social changes that have occurred that were not anticipated by the general development plan. I mean, nothing, you know, that we're not changing the zoning, so it's, you know, nothing. The only thing I would say is, I guess, social changes, the cannabis laws, you know, were in effect at the time that this was the permitted uses were approved. So, I don't know, it's just a little bit strange. It's just a kind of a weird situation. That's just an observation, something to ponder.
It is, yeah. Like I say, I don't think anybody, none of us up here can deny that that has changed since 1998. So there would have there was no reason for it to be on the approval list in 1998. Nobody foreseen that happening. I know we've seen it here some lately on some C4 where we've stricken it or whatever, allowed it. I mean, I personally would rather see it there than at their current location, you know, in the middle of the town next to a gas station. I think in a commercial, more industrial area where it's proposed backs up to an interstate, you can't see it from the road at all. Would be more ideal. I understand the concern with the church, but it is at least separated, you know, highway over. It's not direct. If it was directly across the street, I would have maybe more concerns like Commissioner Hart. But that's my opinion.
So is there a motion to approve, deny, or table this item?
I'll make a motion to approve to the Board of Aldermen. I guess it says rezoning request, but it's more of an amendment to an allowable use requested by Blaine Britton, representing the owner, requesting an amendment to C4 zoning at 698 Old Highway 51 to add cannabis dispensary to the allowed uses. The subject property is located at 698 Old Highway 51 on the east side of Old Highway 51 South, Motor Scooter Drive, and based upon the following findings of the applicant exist 1 through 3.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Commissioner Thorne?
Nay.
Commissioner Jordan?
Nay.
Commissioner Arndt?
Nay.
Commissioner Max?
Aye.
Commissioner Mashal?
Nay.
Commissioner Skeen?
Aye.
So the motion to approve this item does not pass. So we have
Need a different motion?
another motion.
I'll make a motion to deny, a motion to recommend denial to the Board of Aldermen for a rezoning requested by Blaine Britton, representing the owner, of an amendment to the C4 zoning at 698 Old Highway 51 to add cannabis dispensary to the allowed uses. The proposal does not conform to the general development's plan recommendations based on 1 through 3.
Is there a second?
Second.
Commissioner Thorne?
Aye.
Commissioner Jordan?
Aye.
Commissioner Arndt?
Aye.
Commissioner Max?
Nay.
Commissioner Mashal?
Aye.
Commissioner Skeen?
Nay.
The motion to deny this item passes, and, on the 18th of August, it'll be presented to the Board of Aldermen, and you can come back again, and then they make the final recommendation.
So we still come, we're still on the, I guess, the game next Tuesday.
Yeah, this is just a recommendation to the Board of Aldermen. We don't get the final say-so.
10-4.
So if, no matter which way it would have went tonight, it would have been heard, as they said, the 18th, I believe is what it says, for the Board of Aldermen, and they'll make the final determination.
Thank you.
All right, the next item, PL 1977, has been tabled by the applicant. The next item is PL 1981, final plat, Lot 1, J.R. Stewart subdivision. First revision, request for final plat approval of a combination of 2 lots on 1.97 acres. The subject property is located on the south side of Nesbitt Road, east of Gwen Road. Chance Walker representing the applicant. Ms. Dugan, will you present your planning staff report and comments?
This is PL 1981, it's final plat revision of Lot 1, J.R. Stewart subdivision, first revision. It's a request to revise the lot lines of 2 lots on 1.97 acres. The applicant is, well, Mr. Chance Walker is representing the owner. This is a property that you're probably familiar with. It's on Nesbitt Road where the gym is located. They are requesting to take in the back portion that has been used as their parking. They're just requesting to combine those 2 lots into one larger lot. There's a proposed motion to approve this application in your staff report. The plat is also shown there on the staff report, and an aerial view is also on the last page. The recommendation will be heard by the Board of Aldermen on the 18th of August, and I believe Mr. Chance Walker is present.
Are we having any questions for Ms. Dugan?
So it's wanting to combine 2 lots?
Yes, the lot that is currently, the gym sits on, as well as a portion of the lot that is behind it. They are taking in a portion of that lot that is currently been used as their parking, as their overflow parking. Just combine it into one lot.
Oh, the big gravel pad in the back?
Yes.
That's, okay.
Any other question, Ms. Dugan? Wish the applicant please come forward and state your name and address in its entirety.
Chance Walker, 1102 Braemont Drive, Nesbitt, Mississippi. So you should have 2 plats in front of you. One is the gin and one is the lot behind it. Both lots, I believe, are technically unplatted. So basically, the gin uses that gravel lot as their overflow parking in the back, behind the building. The owner owns both lots. He's wanting to essentially take the gravel lot and combine it with the gin and make that a legal lot. And then the existing structures and buildings that's on the lot, that the gravel lot is on, will actually be corrected and platted with the setbacks and easements that you see on the plat. So both lots are not technically legally platted. This will plat both lots and also technically give the gen the overflow parking that they're currently using right now.
Will that fence still remain there, I guess? Is that-
And nothing will change. Nothing will change.
Does there not need to be an entrance for the building behind it? Or are they gonna go through the parking to get to the building behind it?
I think that's like some sort of shed or something.
Yeah, it's not a. like
Not
an
turning it into
enclosed-
anything?
No, it's just a open pole barn, I would
Okay.
call
You
it.
said you were gonna plat it, so I didn't know if eventually it was gonna be something, or?
He's probably gonna look into doing something with it. Nothing on that property is being used at the moment.
Any other questions for the applicant? Thank you. Anyone support or against this item, please come forward and state your name. Is there a motion to approve, deny, or table this item?
I'll make a motion to grant final plat approval for PL 1981, revision of Lot 1, J.R. Stewart subdivision, first revision, subject to condition 1 in the staff report.
Second.
Is this second, but there's actually two
That's
subdivisions
what we
we're
were just,
approving.
yeah, that's what we were just talking about.
Do they need to be in
There's the J.R.
separate
Stewart
motions?
subdivision, which is the back lot.
Mhm.
And I was confused on that as well, and I apologize. And then there's also the Gin subdivision, which is the front lot, and that's what's taking in the parking area behind the Gin Event Center. So I think we probably need to do two different motions, so it'll be two different subdivisions.
Because I'm looking at the extended plat, it doesn't include those other buildings back there.
Well,
Right, 'cause
there's
there's two different
two plats on there.
The
and
remainder's being
I'm
platted
sorry.
here.
Austin did.
Oh,
that
I
report
see.
for
So
J.R.
he's
making a lot out of
So I apologize, I didn't realize
That lot
what's
is
going
this
on
lot.
with it.
Okay.
Right. So that motion was for J.R. Stewart subdivision.
Okay.
Okay. Commissioner Thorne?
Aye.
Oh, is there a second? Did somebody second?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I did, yeah.
Commissioner Jordan?
Aye.
Commissioner Arndt?
Aye.
Commissioner Max?
Aye.
Commissioner Mashall?
Aye.
Commissioner Skeen?
Aye.
The motion to approve this item passes. Now we need that next motion.
Gin subdivision.
I'll make a motion to grant final plat approval for PL 1981, final plat of the Gin subdivision, subject to condition 1 in the staff report.
Should we, is lot 2?
No,
Mine
they're
doesn't-
two,
Mine doesn't have that.
they're two separate
1 through
subdivisions.
10, I'm sorry, I don't have all the pages.
Second. Kristen will go back in and clean it up.
So that first one probably needs to be amended too, for conditions 1 through 10.
I
My
don't think they
report
had
doesn't
1
have
through
the-
10.
Yeah, I don't have the other page.
Oh, wait, that's a,
That's a different staff
Oh,
report.
never mind.
It's only one condition.
I'm sorry.
that's
okay.
one condition, one condition.
Sorry.
That was a good one to pick. That was a good one to motion.
Mess it, yeah.
I saw, I caught that.
He thought it was gonna be easy.
Yeah.
All right, second, yeah.
Okay, Commissioner Thorne?
Aye.
Commissioner Jordan?
Aye.
Commissioner Arndt?
Aye.
Commissioner Max?
Aye.
Commissioner Mashall?
Aye.
Commissioner Skeen?
Aye.
Motion to approve this item passes. The next item is PL 1983, final plat, Lot 4, Hernando Industrial Park, Phase 1. The request for final plat approval for 2 lots on 4.91 acres. The subject property is located on the east side of Baden Road, north of Industrial Drive West. Chance Walker representing the applicant. Ms. Dugan, will you present the planning staff report and comments?
This is PL 1983. It's a final plat for Lot 4 Hernando Industrial Park Phase 1. It is 2 lots on 4.91 acres. The subject property is located on the east side of Vaden, north of Industrial Drive West, and it's zoned M1. The proposed plat would create 2 lots, both with access to Vaden Road. There is an existing bail bond agency that was constructed without plat approval prior to the adoption of the current subdivision regulations. So this will be kind of same situation as the previous application, kind of cleaning up that as well. There is a proposed motion for approval in your staff report, as well as the conditions 1 through 10. The plat is shown there, as well as aerial views of the lot itself. And whatever decision is made tonight by the Planning Commission will be heard on the 18th of August at the Board of Aldermen meeting. And Mr. Chance Walker is present to represent this application as well.
Any question, Ms. Dugan? All right, applicant, come forward and state your name and address.
Chance Walker, 1102 Braemont Drive, Nesbit. I don't have anything to add. Pretty straightforward with this one.
Any question for the applicant? Thank you. Anyone support against this? Motion to approve, deny, or table this item.
I'll make a motion to grant final plat approval for Lot 4, Hernando Industrial Park, Phase 1, 2 lots on 4.91 acres on the east side of Baden Road, north of Industrial Drive West, based upon a finding that the submitted final plat generally conforms to the requirements of the city's codes and ordinances, subject to conditions 1 through 10.
And a second?
Second.
Commissioner Thorne?
Aye.
Commissioner Jordan?
Aye.
Commissioner Arndt?
Aye.
Commissioner Max?
Aye.
Commissioner Mashall?
Aye.
Commissioner Skeen?
Aye.
Motion to pass this item, approve this item passes. Next item is PL 1987, final plat, Madison Lakes, Commercial Lot 1, Phase 1. Request for final plat approval of 1 lot on 1.468 acres. The subject property is located on the southeast corner of Green Tea Road and McInville Road. Boyer Engineering representing owner. Ms. Dugan, present the planning staff report and comments.
This is PL 1986. It's a final plat approval for the Madison Lakes development. It's Madison Lakes Commercial Phase 1. It is a 1.468 one-lot subdivision. It's located on the southeast corner of Green Tea and McInville Road and is zoned planned unit development. The proposed plat would create 1 lot at the corner of McInville and Green Tea. The site does have access to the city of Hernando water and sewer, and staff, if approved, the staff has requested a comprehensive utility plan as related to the development as a whole, due to this being a large development. In addition, the ingress egress easements that are shown on the plat are to serve the adjacent lots for access and required to be located outside of the area of the roundabout access. And I believe that they have worked with our engineering and Mr. Cardosi to adjust that ingress egress to make it fit. There is a proposed motion in your staff report, as well as a copy of the plat and aerial photos, and tonight's decision will be heard by the Board of Aldermen on the 18th of August, and Bowler Engineering is representing the application. I believe someone is present to represent it.
Any question for Ms. Dugan? Applicant, please come forward. Your name and address.
Jared Ford, 211 Perimeter Center Drive, Atlanta, Georgia. I have nothing to add. It's pretty clear. Just subdivision out of an overall property that was never subdivided for commercial use.
I'm not seeing entrance, is it appropriate to ask what they're planning on putting here?
Yeah, I mean, it's a proposed McDonald's.
McDonald's?
Yeah.
I
There's
guess
two
my-
access easements on the plat that directly align. As she stated, we have been working with the, with the city
Sure.
on, where those access points are.
I guess my only concern is, and I know the city's getting a lot of feedback on that particular circle right there, because it's 2 lanes going into the circle, and then all of a sudden, if you don't know what lane you're in, you're cutting over and cutting off people. Because the right lane is right turn only, and you have to get over in the left lane to make the circle. My concern is if there's an doesn't matter what goes there, but just so that if there's an entrance on the Mackingville Road, right there, that close to the circle, is that a concern?
It is something that engineering and Austin worked very closely to make adjustments to move it far enough outside of that roundabout that it would hopefully not cause any issues. But engineering has been involved in it, and they have approved the plans.
We're also doing improvements to the roundabout to add I guess, widen that to where it goes from.
It's
two
a
lanes
true
down to
right
one.
lane.
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
Are y'all gonna widen it, the
We're
roundabout?
we're not widening it, but we're going to actually, yes, there will be, once you get through the roundabout, you make that right onto Green Tea Road.
Oh, on Green Tea, it'll be
Yeah.
widened. I got you, okay. I saw that on the plat, okay.
And this will be shared access with other developments that come in the future.
Yeah. My
Part of the
concern
whole
is-
Madison Lakes phase, right?
I'm sorry?
You're talking about future development, part of the whole Madison Lakes?
Yes.
area?
It is so close to that circle. That just
Yeah.
seems like a traffic nightmare to me, but
Yeah,
it's a
I'm not an
dangerous,
engineer, but
I mean, in the curve, the sight distance around that curve is bad already. I don't know. I'm not crazy about that.
It's just the engineering of that particular circle coming off of the interstate, 2 lanes, and if you're new to the area and you don't travel that road regularly, you don't know you're supposed to be in the left lane to make the circle. And I've seen close calls, every time I go through there, I see close calls. People forget they're in the wrong lane.
Because you don't see it till you come around that curve. It's such a hard curve.
I mean, if there's no entrance to this lot off of Mackingvale, I think that'd be, but then you've got to go all the way around the corner to get in. I don't know if that impacts the design or whatever.
I would agree, I would prefer no entrance on Mackinville. It looks like the closest entrance or the proposed access is on Mackinville. But that does make sense. I'm not the engineer here, but that does make sense. Mr. Thorne?
Because that
Further
access
down.
easement is,
my question would be, like, if you come south on Machiaville through the roundabout, like, surely you're not gonna be able to turn left into there. If that makes sense.
Turn left off of.
Coming south.
yeah,
Coming south on
going
Mackinville.
southbound on Mackinville.
Like, sure, I mean, that's gonna be a nightmare right there, too. And then also, if you're coming out of that easement, proposed easement, proposed ingress egress.
It's just a
on
tough
Mackinville,
intersection.
surely you wouldn't be able to make a left there either, that's gonna be a nightmare, too.
You've ever gone through there at 8 o'clock in the morning? you know.
I go there all the time.
I think it's.
yeah, it's
I
just,
think it's
like I
a
said,
matter
the
of like
sight
lines
distance
in
around
the
that
road.
curve
I
is
don't-
awful.
I don't see it
And
either. I mean, I don't recall seeing those as physical.
It just seems like it's
physical
gonna be
mediums, you know?
a bad spot for sure. And it's not, but like 100 feet from that interchange, that traffic circle, if I'm reading this correctly. 65 feet and then 112, it's not even 200 feet from that traffic circle. It
Talking about
doesn't seem
building
like a good
setbacks?
idea to me.
Where the building setbacks are located?
Well, where the access easement is.
Oh, access, okay. Down at, yeah, south of the property.
I know this Madison Lakes thing predates pretty much probably all of us on this board, it definitely predates me. I think it was originally approved in the county back in the day, is my understanding, and I know it's a PUD property, but I'm just curious, I don't have a copy of the original design. What was originally planned to go kind of on that corner?
Yeah, and the
It was
PUD,
commercial.
I mean, is there some shared
C2?
access in the, I mean, this is part of the PUD, right?
I don't know that there was, access was designed.
No,
That's
the
what I'm
traffic
saying.
circle
Seems
was
like
not.
there should have.
No, there,
It seems.
roundabout
it
is
seems
Seems like
well.
internal, should be like a limited access from Mackinville and some internal roads to
Like
do
what we
this.
did at the south of Green Tea, on the southeast corner of Green Tea and 51 right there,
Yeah,
where there was internal, we moved the
way back.
access, yeah.
Yeah.
Just, I don't know. Like I said, I know it's PUD or, commercial use, but was it the traffic and I don't know if that was planned to go like that.
Well, about that roundabout was.
in
whenever it was
Mackingville,
planned.
that part of Mackingville wasn't even constructed at that point.
That's when
Yeah, but
they,
they've revisited that over the last several years. The Madison Lake stuff has come back over the last several years, and been amended and changed and everything else.
yeah, when the I-269 corridor cut through what Madison Lakes was gonna be, they had to redesign everything because of that.
But yeah, is there any way to pull up like what that looks like?
The PUD.
I don't
What?
have a copy of it on here.
Are those, Commissioner Mashall pointed out, are those physical medians right there? I don't recall seeing those. Like on the
No,
Vacaville side?
not
What are
current.
those?
I don't know if it was something that was gonna be added, or to prevent someone from taking a left, like what you had said,
Mhm.
or,
Are you talking about he's talking about it right here.
And right here.
Yeah, no, there's no way.
Are those proposed to add, or, because I don't know that they're there now.
We're not
right?
showing them as proposed. I can't recall if those are existing or that's, or not.
I don't think they're.
Yeah, they're not there now.
They're not
They're
there.
not there, no.
Because it's
I
showing
just don't know if
53
if it
feet.
conforms to the PUD without looking at the PUD.
Looking at an aerial, there is a median right there.
right now?
Not that.
I was gonna say, it's not raised.
It's just concrete.
Yeah.
So,
maybe like a little bit like a speed bump.
Yeah, when I'm looking at it on Google
Oh,
Maps, it
yeah,
doesn't
I
show
know what
around.
you-
it.
yeah.
Going over it,
Yeah.
it did, but it's not
That is
enough to
there.
stop.
You're right. Ask me how I know that's there.
And that's got so much traffic. The high school is just right there.
It's only gonna get better.
And yeah. I just feel like we should really be looking at that act. I know engineering has looked at it, but I don't know. I mean,
It may have
I'm
to
working
be-
on something right now. It's closer to I-55, but it's still the same thing. They want 800 feet of separation. I mean, in general, 100 feet is just nothing.
Like, it's almost like it needs to be serviced, kind of how Tractor Supply is serviced with the road that goes in behind.
Yeah, have the access somewhere.
The other, yep.
Or no access to Mackinville.
Well, we just don't need a bunch of ingress and egress right there on Mackinville on and off. Everywhere having their own driveway.
That's what I was saying, like something like where TSC is at, I
Yeah.
can't, forgive me for not knowing the name of it, but, there's several commercial development lots there and they have their own road.
No, I agree.
road.
Like one entrance to service
Right.
it all.
Yeah, and then some internal access.
But the problem with that property is, I'm assuming, right next to this is all them lakes, water.
Not
yeah.
far to the
I
side.
mean, we're
property's kind of
restricted
surrounded by water.
Wetlands in the back, so. I mean,
And on
it-
and on the side, too.
Yeah, yeah, it's all around there. And I just pulled up the original PUD, because I have a copy of it on my iPad here. And we actually pulled that entrance back on Mackinville, further away from where it was originally proposed.
You have it there, Krista?
There she
That's
has it.
what-
She has it up,
yeah.
she pulled it up, so,
This was from April of '24.
yeah. And that was working with the city engineers.
Can you make that big?
Can you orient us to what we're looking at in relation to the traffic circle?
It'd be right there in the
Right
pink.
Green
here.
tea,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, so there's no traffic circle.
So when we were working with the city engineer, they wanted us to align the entrance across Mackinvale, so it actually pulls that entrance road down further south, further away from that traffic circle.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna walk up there and look.
Do you want me to enlarge it?
So that house is residential, that's where this is going now?
It's retail.
This is
That
all
didn't,
retail.
that one didn't
It's
have
in
any.
this
nothing on
section
there right
too.
Yeah, so what we're looking at is this lot right
It's a portion of that overall 7.41 acres. This was never constructed.
Is there any access to green tea on that? I can't tell.
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
looks like two right there,
Like it needs to be as far as possible.
and then there's two here.
As far as possible from the map.
Yeah. So if that's gonna be another, because that egress is.
Was this originally designed as a 4-lane right there?
I don't know.
Hey, question, sir. So
Yeah.
obviously this is a little bit different, but.
Yeah.
So will there be another lot adjacent to where that egress is gonna serve, right between there and the lakes?
That's the intent as the development continues and they find tenants to subdivide further pieces out of that. That's why we have that shared access.
So most likely it'd be one more.
Or many more. That's 7 acres right there.
Yeah,
This
it's
is
7
only
acres.
1
We're only
acre.
pulling out 1.5.
Oh, yeah, but it goes back kind of far too.
Yeah.
Otherwise, that's a really big McDonald's.
Are they gonna close the existing one? Do you know? I'm just curious.
No, I don't know.
Oh, that's pretty typical of McDonald's though. I mean, you've got Church and Goodman both have, like, they put them at back-to-back exits like that.
Yeah, but we don't have the population they do.
But I mean, things are growing over there.
I was
We're
just-
gonna have this neighborhood, we've got the high school right there. Delta Landing, yeah, you're right.
Any other?
That's before the roundabout, that's before the school. That high school going over there too. I don't know when that was, and like I said, this, but that couldn't have been 2024. I was here.
No, I was, yeah.
It's at 2024.
Yes.
But
I don't remember
I've been
seeing
on the
this.
board
This is in
3 or
April.
4 years. And I've been here 3 or 4 years.
I remember them
Over
coming
4.
back. I can't remember exactly when it was.
But I've never seen Madison Lakes.
Ms. Hogan, would you be so kind to send, I don't know, speaking for everybody, send us a copy of that one? The original?
Send it, email it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, because you gotta think, 2024 was 2 years ago. That just doesn't seem like it's current to 2024.
Right,
You know what
it's
I mean?
not, yeah.
When did that traffic start? That was last year?
That's when it got done, was 2025.
Well, it would have been designed before 2024.
But I've been on this commission for 4 years probably now. Yeah, 4 years.
This started back
I know that started
year.
in the county.
No, I mean, the amendments to Madison
Right.
Lake started back prior to Austin.
Yeah.
And then it went to the board level, and I think it was maybe tabled at the board level for quite some time. And some adjustments and things were made. That might be why you guys haven't seen it.
I'm going to recommend tabling this, just so we can get a little bit more educated on the PUD and,
I think we need Joe Frank's input. I know he's been working with
yeah,
him.
just kind of figure out what's going on with this traffic circle and this entrance.
I just think that ingress egress, if there is one, which they probably obviously want one on Mackinville, needs to be to the furthest south that it can. And then, like I say, the road in the back that comes in, kind of, you know, like you said, we did on some other ones to limit, you know,
The congestion at the intersection.
yeah.
I mean, to me, it almost, the PUD needs to be amended to take in that traffic circle, honestly.
To move things
I'm
around.
for a PUD amendment to get this thing
Yeah, because,
up
I
to
mean,
date. It doesn't apply as it is.
I mean, it doesn't.
Especially with, there's definitely been a change in the character of the neighborhood.
Yeah.
With the high school right there. I mean,
And
that's,
like I say, that
there's no
Huge
doubt about
traffic
that.
volume
Yeah.
change.
Any other questions for the applicant? Thank you.
Is tabling an option?
Yeah, it's an option.
Oh, yes, yeah, that's one of
Okay.
the ones.
The only proposed was to grant, so I didn't.
Yeah, we can
Typically
always
with,
change.
with finals, if
But-
with the preliminary approval, then you have
I
to
don't, but that's the
approve it
question.
or
I don't
table
think
it.
that it meets the preliminary, like, I don't think it's the same as what was.
Right,
preliminary.
which you guys can table it to get more clarification.
Can we, on Commissioner Skeen's recommendation, can we request a revisit to that PUD as well? Part of this, or is that separate?
I don't know that we can.
I don't know that answer. I don't want to give that answer without,
But the issue is, there's no, I think what you said, there's no designated entrance and exits on that
Or-
PUD, correct? The PUD does no, unless those are, I mean, are those,
so this is the PUD, but typically with PUDs, and you guys have seen enough of them, there are some adjustments that are made from the initial preliminary proposal, because this isn't a preliminary plat, but it is a preliminary approval of the PUD itself.
I think that's
So there
where-
are some adjustments that can be made at a final plat, but you guys can table it to get more clarification if that's what you choose.
I think that's where the lines are getting fuzzy, because the preliminary
Is different,
was approved before the traffic circle.
the high school.
And now, not the high school was part of that too, wasn't it already?
High school was under construction at
No.
the time of
But
this
then-
approval.
The traffic circle significantly changes the character of that neighborhood and traffic and all that. So now we're in a kind of a kerfuffle here, especially those four corners being commercial, right in the center of a traffic circle.
I can check on the potential PUD
Yeah, I
amendment.
mean, I would just
don't
say-
know.
and it may be just that we just have to address this one corner of it. I mean, I don't know that we have to do an whole
Right, yeah.
amendment.
No, you're right.
Well, We just
The
need to
access.
address this corner
The
and need to
access.
get it done right, rather
Yeah.
than, people trying to get into a roundabout and trying to get out of a McDonald's at the same time. I mean,
I think if we were to approve this thing, I mean, the citizens would think we've lost our minds. I mean, we'd be laughed at, I think. I mean, I just hate to say that, but
I think
that's just
they'd
crazy.
excuse us, if you put a Chick-fil-A there, they'd excuse us. I think.
That ain't, 1 acre ain't enough for a Chick-fil-A.
You can say it's a Chick-fil-A.
Is it all four corners commercial now, off of that traffic circle? Yeah, that's what I thought.
I'll make a motion to table until the next meeting.
Is there a second?
Second.
Commissioner Thorne,
Aye.
Commissioner Jordan,
Aye.
Commissioner Arndt,
Aye.
Commissioner Max,
Aye.
Commissioner Mashaw,
Aye.
Commissioner Skeen.
Aye.
The motion to table this item passes, and that gives us a chance to kind of look at some stuff, and
Yeah, do we have to put why we're tabling it in there? Does it matter? Okay.
All right.
Recuse
So they
myself.
got
Oh, yeah.
two people being recused for this next item.
We have to recuse ourselves.
They got to recuse themselves.
Does that mean I'm supposed to present?
One of you.
Okay.
You're the-
I can do it from right here.
Yeah, you're the vice.
All right. Next item is PL 1987 Hawkins two-lot revision, request for final plat approval to revise two lots. The subject property is located on the north side of Southern Street, west of Gin Street. Keith Hawkins, the owner. Ms. Dugan, you have the floor.
This is PL 1987. It's a Hawkins two-lot revision. It's a final plat approval to revise these two lots. It's just the changing of a lot line. It's on .6 acres, zoned R10. Very straightforward subdivision. They are just, I don't know that, if you look at the aerial photo, you can see the existing lot lines as they are, and then you can see on the plat how they want to just adjust the lot lines to just make it a more straightforward two lots. I don't know if Mr. Hawkins is going to represent the application, or if you guys,
Are you going to go ask?
I'll go ask
Okay.
him. Or it might be
Here.
just questions that
Well.
I can ask.
Yeah. One of y'all want to represent the application?
I guess either one could.
I mean, technically, they can both be out of here if they're representing. I mean, Mr. Skeen is the representative,
Yeah.
I would think. Attorney, you agree? I mean, just as the representative, I mean.
One's the engineer.
We understand they're non-voting parties. Any questions for Ms. Dugan?
No.
All right, is there anyone here to represent this application?
Shay Skeen, 434 Country Club Drive, Hernando. And this is just a minor lot subdivision to partition a piece of property. Mr. Hawkins owns, the neighbor wants to purchase that. The neighbor's lot is relatively small, and it forms an L. It's just an odd-shaped piece, and the neighbor would like to purchase it to combine with his existing lot. And that also created a second lot south of that. That's the remainder that Mr. Hawkins owns.
Anybody have any questions for Mr. Skeen? Is there anyone here to speak for or against this application? Speak for it.
Thank you.
Do I have a motion? Do I get to vote? Well, I guess you'll call my name. Okay.
Yeah,
I still get to vote? Okay.
no, does he need to?
Okay. Okay.
I'll make motion to grant final plat approval for the Hawkins two-lot revision upon finding that the submitted plat generally conforms to the requirements of the city's codes and ordinances, subject to the following conditions. 1.
Second.
Commissioner Thorne?
Aye.
Commissioner Jordan? Oh, sorry. Commissioner Arndt?
Aye.
Commissioner Max?
Aye.
Commissioner Mashaw?
Aye.
The motion passes. Thank you.
Motion to adjourn.
Yeah, I'm used to you doing such a good job. I don't have to. Keep up the good work.
All right, is there a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Well, all in favor?
Aye.
We adjourn.